On today's episode, I want to talk, Dan is out hunting, so he's not gonna be here. I want to talk all about how we emotionally and mentally prepared for this journey. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha, and we are 24 weeks, almost 25 weeks along with Surrogacy. If you are new to our platform, we are on a surrogacy journey and we share all about our life in surrogacy on all social media platforms. You can follow us at We Are Dan and Sam, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on all we're doing. So a little backstory, back in 2018, we had our daughter Ember in March, and after having her, we kind of realized we were done having kids. She was a little bit more work than our first Canyon was, and although I loved pregnancy and labor, I kind of felt like I hit my limit with parenting, although I know I'm parenting for the rest of my life. But with bearing our own children, I felt done, but I still had that desire to get pregnant into labor again, which is weird. And because I had great pregnancies and labors, I just thought, why not do it again? And why not use my body for good and help someone else in that way? So I looked into surrogacy. And after thinking about it, praying about it, I mentioned it to Dan. And after he fully understood, he prayed about it, we talked about it, we decided to move forward. And one of the things I heavily researched prior to getting into surrogacy was, how do you prepare for something like this going into it? And how do you prepare for postpartum? Because you, at the end of the journey, don't have the baby to bring home. Thankfully, with our kids, I never experienced postpartum blues or depression or anxiety. I had a few days where I was, overwhelmed, which I think a lot of us are, but I'm really thankful that I never walked through that. And so I wanted to kind of make myself aware of how I can best prepare for this journey going into it and afterward. And what I found going into the journey, going into surrogacy, was great, and I think it really helped me, so I really wanted to share that with you guys today. And preparing for surrogacy, as a gestational carrier, this is not my egg that was used as part of the embryo of the baby or used in the embryo creation. So I'm not genetically, biologically related to this baby. So that was kind of our decision, or what helped us make a decision whether to do traditional surrogacy, where I would use my own egg as part of the embryo creation, whether the intended mother's egg was not viable, or they just didn't have eggs and they needed, or wanted you to donate your egg as part of the embryo. And so we decided to do gestational because it was not my egg. I would not be able to do this journey if I knew that our biological baby was out there. Not everyone holds that same thought that we do, but that was a decision that we made, and just something that we felt at peace about, that we wanted to do this journey, but we couldn't do it knowing that our baby was out there. And so that made our decision to go the gestational route. And that also helps me mentally prepare going into it, that I know this isn't my baby. So from the beginning, everything that happens, we are celebrating and excited for the intended parents. We are celebrating the baby's life and the heartbeat, and relaying that information and sharing that information with the parents. We're not picking out a name. We're not planning a baby shower. We're not setting up a nursery. And so mentally it's a little bit different, because you don't have to process those things. You don't have to think about them. You just work on yourself, physically taking care of yourself and your body in the best way possible, being as healthy as you can for baby, for yourself, for labor. I think we all know, if you've been pregnant before and you've gone through labor, that the healthier you are during your pregnancy and throughout, the better labor, for the most part, generally, the better that labor goes, at least for me in my experience. And so throughout the journey, that's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on my health and being the best that I can be for baby, but not preparing for baby. And so mentally, it's just a weird switch in your mind. I can't explain it, but I know that this isn't my baby, and you are able to compartmentalize different feelings and emotions. And so that's how we prepared going into the journey. And going into the journey preparing for postpartum, it's the same way, or how we prepared for it was the same thinking. Was after delivery, I know it's not my baby, so I already know going into delivery that I don't get to bring the baby home. Baby is not laying on my chest to nurse. Baby does not come to us right away. Baby goes to the parents. Baby's going to their room. Baby's going home with them. And so you know ahead of time what to expect and what to plan for. It's not in an adoption situation where I would get to hold my baby and still decide if I want to go through with this. Everything's set in stone. Everything's in contract. You know ahead of time what you're doing and what's happening after. And that's not to say I won't get to hold baby. You know, once parents have their time and step away and enjoy their moments with baby, and hours later, if they want to bring baby in for me to, you know, meet and give hugs, whatnot, great. But at the end, or how I'm imagining it, is after I have baby is checked out by doctors, baby goes with mom and dad, they go to their room, I get to focus on myself and clean myself up. And I just picture this moment of them holding their baby and me, Dan and I just embracing and realizing what we just did for this couple, and how great of an experience it was. It may not happen as like awesome as that and as smooth of a delivery, but that's my hope and my goal. Also, side note, I am really emotional at 25 weeks, 24 weeks right now. It has been a hot mess of a week where I'm just crying for no reason. So getting teary-eyed, but also just thinking about it and preparing for it's really exciting. And so yeah, like, you know ahead of time going into it, and you have that expectation of what is gonna happen rather than not knowing. And it's all of a sudden, I think sometimes people on social media think I don't have anything to plan for and all of a sudden baby's just taken from me. But it's like, no, I'm going into this knowing what is gonna happen, knowing what should happen and how it's all gonna play out. So that's how we prepared for surrogacy, kind of what caused our decision, whether traditional and gestational. And from the beginning, we knew that it's not our baby and that this is how it's gonna go. They get the baby afterward and we continue on with our normal life. Another big thing that I researched and found that has really helped me in preparing for postpartum is if you do have, which as a surrogate you do have other kids, but if you have the opportunity to, after delivery, do a fun family trip and do something that you can look forward to, so that after delivery and once you heal up, it's not that you go home without anything, but you have something to look forward to. We all enjoy looking forward to something in life, right? Whether it's a holiday coming up, or your best friend's visiting, or you're going on a family vacation, or you're getting a new car, whatever it is, we all like those things to look forward to. So if you have something in your mind to look forward to plan for, to hope for, you going home without baby, or you being in your head about things will be a little less because you're focusing on something else and something that's exciting and that you enjoy. And so we have planned to travel as a family after baby's born. Gonna give myself a couple weeks to heal with Canyon. It was very quickly. I bounced back in probably a week. I'm not even joking. With Ember, it was a couple weeks because I had another little one already. And so I have high expectations for myself for quick healing, but I also am gonna be realistic. So depending on how my recovery goes, whenever, we're flexible with our plans. But we have some family travels. We're gonna go up north and visit states we've never been to before. And so we're really excited, and that's giving me something to look forward to and plan to. So I'm not just stuck at home in my head. The kids are at school, Dan's at work, and I'm just alone. And so if you have the opportunity to plan and to prepare in that way, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So I hope that was helpful for you. Again, this is how we have mentally and emotionally prepared for how we prepared to start the journey and how we have prepared to finish out the journey. So I'll give you guys an update a little bit later on of how we're doing currently. I guess this would be an update of how we're doing currently because we're over halfway through, but I want to get Dan's input on it as well. And so I'll do a follow-up to this, just how we're handling the journey thus far, how it's been mentally, emotionally going through the previous weeks of pregnancy. But stay tuned, because after delivery, I'll also do a follow-up that how am I doing? Was our preparation in good works? Did it help? Was it beneficial? And did it all play out how we thought it would? So thanks for hanging out with us. Wish you guys all the best. If you are on a surrogacy journey, I'm praying for you. If you are intended parents watching, we'll pray for your journey, and thanks for following along.